Hello, my name is Nick, and this is my story. Last year, I didn't have a permanent job. I searched for works online and would do anything if the payment was good enough. I have completed many hard tasks during that period, but the easiest job that I got had me suffer the most. I still am affected by what had happened. As I was looking for jobs online, I found someone asking for a temporary caretaker for a house. It was a big house pretty close to where I live, and I was supposed to look after the house while the family who lived there set out on a trip. The payment was surprisingly good, so I applied without much thinking. I got the job as well. I was happy about it as I won't have to practically do anything. It was easy money. I contacted the man, and for safety, they took my ID and other credentials. I had no problem with any of this. Before heading out, the owner showed me my room. There was a monitor that showed the CCTV footage of the whole house. The owner asked me to keep my eyes on the monitor to see if anyone tries to break in. When they set out on the tour, I had the whole house to myself. I had brought my laptop there to spend the time. I knew I wouldn't have much to do, so I just sat there and watched movies. After a while, I was hungry. As I stood up to see if I can grab some snacks, something strange on the CCTV monitor caught my attention. I looked closely and saw that a tall, slim silhouette was standing in front of the house. I got chills. I'm not brave. What am I supposed to do if someone intrudes? I thought of calling the police but decided to see what happens next. The figure wasn't moving at all. It was standing still like a tree. All of a sudden, I heard a crackling sound above my head and I got distracted. When I looked back into the monitor, I saw that the figure was gone. It scared me more. I was shaking and sweating like crazy. What's going on? Then I heard this sound of shattering glass. On the left corner of the screen, I saw the figure again. It was probably the footage of the basement. The figure has entered the house. My whole body got chilled from fright. I dialed 911 to call the police while my fingers still trembled. When they received my call, I told them everything. They said the police are on their way. As I put down the phone, I heard noises coming from downstairs. I looked at the screen with a scared gaze. The figure in the living room now and was waiting towards me. My head was spinning. I rushed to the door for my room and locked it. Then I sat there trying to listen to what was happening outside. A heavy, sobbing sound was still coming nearer. The man I saw on the CCTV footage was crying, but it was an unusual sob. It was as if the man was howling while someone grabbed his throat. A muffled scream-type noise buzzed around the house. This sound kept coming nearer, and suddenly it stopped. My head was completely blank. I couldn't figure out what was going on. The whole situation was very frightening and confusing. After a while, loud thumping noises shattered the silence. It sounded as if the man was breaking whatever he found in front of him. I realized that a man was close to my room, and then something heavy hit the door. The man was banging something heavy on the door to open. I let out a loud scream of fright, and at that moment, the police came. They arrested the man and told me to come out. They said that the man had escaped asylum last night, and police were looking for him. They thanked me and went away. But I was still shivering from the fright of what I had just experienced. Never have I ever thought or heard of such an incident. I called the owner of the house and told him everything. They canceled their trip and returned immediately. I have to say that I was really fortunate. I could have died that day, but everything turned out okay. Still, the incident haunts me. What would have happened if the police were late and the crazy man broke into the room? Just the thought of it gives me chills.